Welcome to Dunmers and Vines.
You guys have the door.
Alright. Okay. Roman camp map. Done. Thank you very much. Looks great. Ba-ba. Okay.
It's Roman adjacent with my bad memory of what a Roman camp is supposed to look like.
That's great. Imperials are also Roman adjacent.
Yeah. the big arteries to get to central tent fast. Big wooden walls that they put up every night or everywhere they go, and lots of square tents.
Mm-hmm. Maximizing room for tents too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, you wake rested, and in the sorry. So, you spend the night in the mine. After your celebration, things tend to peter out fairly deep into the night, knowing that you most likely...
I thought we would be sleeping in beds.
Well, okay. There is not 150 beds left in the mine anymore. I'm saying, but also I meant like the location.
Yes.
Like, you
Got
are
it,
in,
got it.
yes.
Yeah, that's right. No, there's if there weren't like sleeping bags for all of the slaves, then there wouldn't. And there were only like guard 30 imperial personnel, and I burnt down the overseer's place. There is a serious lack of comfortable stuff to sleep in.
Yeah.
I imagine that lots of people just use chairs.
Yeah, the slave quarters are still intact. However, everyone sort of unanimously agrees to just like make what space can be made in the like standing bunkhouse and offices. So there's a fair amount of sleeping on floors, but it's just universally agreed that that's still better than the alternative. So it's very much a sleep where you can situation. So a couple of people get beds. It's sort of universally agreed. Like the miners themselves pretty easily determine who should be on the beds. If anything, there's more protest from the people who get nominated to go into the beds than anyone else. But it seems to be the youngest, the most tired, the folks who have lived very little experiences outside of this life that seem to be elected for bed privileges. And even then, they're two to a bed. I'm not responding to that. But I do need my phone.
For the game?
Yes.
Yes. That's fair. That's fair. You're good.
Okay. Dawn comes, based on expectations of movement speed. There is obviously a watched set that has been rotating through the night, but expectations are met when there is no visible trace of whatever incoming reinforcements there are as the sun rises. So it's solidly mid-morning by the time that you get first notice of any kind of motion on the path up to the mine.
Hold on. It's mid-morning, so I've got time to do stuff.
Yeah.
In before the
yes,
rest.
Which
Okay.
is the expectation is that it would take until around midday for them to actually show. It's mid-morning before you get the first notice of people. So you've got like 4 hours worth of prep.
Cool. So I'm gonna go and find Delina and say, okay, what's the plan if they're like, what's what have the people agreed on trying? you kept the ball rolling after you voted for me not to go and get myself captured into town. So I'm right.
Consensus seems to be along the lines that it's important that we emphasize that we as laborers did not begin this as violence.
Yeah, that was me. So
Grow fruit? Beyond that, we are concerned on what we have to negotiate with. We have evidence of fraud by the Halalus, which is promising, but the contract will still stand. And there's dissent on whether we should negotiate directly with whatever Imperial force for a temporary condition to begin mining operations, but on the condition that Halalu oversight not be resumed, or alternatively continue withholding labor until such a time as a formal contract has been drawn between the Empire and our new mining union.
okay. So I think we gotta stick. Well, we gotta work on making a stick. We got until we got 4 hours until the estimates say they arrive. We need to make the mine shafts easy to collapse at particularly weak points. And lucky us, I already blocked one, which means that I'd like to do the negotiations with the on y'all's behalf, because I'm magically charismatic. And I think I've got legal immunity / protection from one of my friends. So I can take the legal weight of the violence, and that leaves all of you with your hands clean. Problem is that if I do that and negotiate for you, it looks like okay.
So you must be a rogue actor who has been voluntarily working with us post events.
Yes, and I'm willing to negotiate on it. I should probably not be the only person on the negotiation team, right? But yeah. So okay, carrot. Stick. We gotta make a stick real quick. Escape route. We've got one. I don't know if they're gonna search around and try to look for one, but
Our biggest trouble on that matter is that given that it is through a mine shaft, if we do have to collapse mines, then we are closing ourselves in.
that could actually be a very good escape plan. Uh, like we ready the collapse of the two remaining shafts. We can collapse one and then go into the exit passage and then collapse it behind us and be good on our threats while blocking their securing our exit.
In that case, perhaps when they begin their approach, we should evacuate anyone not being used for these discussions into those mine shafts, except those necessary for collapsing the eastern mine. There should be plenty space, and that way, at a moment's notice, they can be protected, even if we are left on the outside.
Yeah.
I can get to work immediately on those. I think that that's important regardless of any other actions we take.
I think everybody should take their manacles with them, because those are actually powerful magical objects that you. I think that was an NPC talking to me in the ambiance.
I think so, yes.
Sorry. In the past I've gotten mages guilds people to make stuff out of magical items, so you might be able to buy yourselves decanters of endless water, whatever you might be able to sell these as a resource to make magical objects to the guild in exchange for money, and buy your way thanks to that. So I think even though it does identify you as an ex-slave, as long as you might be able to keep it hidden until it's also very good for defense against spellcasters. Okay, yeah, I think that's a great idea. We should run the evacuation plan by everyone, and then get people started for that. I've got an exit strategy that isn't the mines.
Yeah, that was definitely Khajiit speaking.
Breton. I'm just going to do some tabletop audio music. Okay. Okay. The carrot. Do we need to vote on and we need to write and vote on a contract for the Imperials to sign. You did the math. You said even if we halved the share that the Halalu were taking, you would still be able to make a tremendous amount of money. And
this is true, but we won't be able to sign a contract with the Imperials today, no matter what. We first need to get them to consent to us not being returned to bondage. I think that getting them to sign the contracts would make all of you into non-slaves. Any documentation signed today would not be legally holding over a large stretch of time. The most we can expect is for them to offer a provisional or temporary something, because at the end of the day, the Empire has previously contracted with someone else whose contract has yet to be voided.
Yeah, we'll have to use the ledgers to void that quickly.
I don't see a way to do that quickly from a far-flung edge of the empire.
It's happened in the past that like when one of the representatives of like the merchant arm of the army wasn't available, negotiate like who like the like army officer who was in charge negotiated even like with the provision of some of the negotiations being like re like editable down the line, right? So like only something that even if it's we might be able to negotiate for a contract that's a month-long contract, right? And I'm sure that the threat of collapsing the shafts will push that commander to make that decision very quickly.
Every moment in which no one is working is a moment in which thousands and thousands of drakes are lost to the empire.
And not only that, but we can make it. We can make the cost of even restarting the operation, like almost like make it not worth it. But
we have our negotiation plan.
That means we need that contract. I can bring in the intimidation. I can like like at worst I might be able. At worst, I think I'll be able to guarantee that like whoever is in charge calls for a like merchant. Like contractor to like get here as fast as they can to negotiate something, right? That's I think the like the minimum that I can do, and you know if things go really bad, we'll improvise.
All right. She nods. She has. I should coordinate with the miners to begin both preparations for disabling the mine shafts as well as an evacuation into the northern mine.
Yeah, and if y'all agree to the contract plan, we're gonna need whoever is literate to get together and to work on like making a contract. We've got the templates because we've got the Halalu contracts.
We don't have the contracts, we have the ledgers.
Oh well. Yeah. The fancier you make it look, the better. Do I have my tools? Because I did a little bit of like forgery. Do I have a forgery kit? Prisoner's kit, explorer's pack. No, I did not keep my.
She does nod and says, "We have probably 4 hours before the main body of the before whatever reinforcements arrive. I hesitate to suggest it, as you are still, I'm sure, incredibly sought after, incredibly notable, and incredibly important to our plans here, but there's a stonemasons guild within Caldera. I know they have some existing contract with the Empire, as they were vital for some of the early stages of excavation, as well as things such as building the palisade wall around the city of Caldera. if you could get them working with us, if perhaps instead of a separate union we were able to join with them, or even just a copy of their contracts to use as a template.
That, absolutely. I will do that. It takes about an hour to go there. I'll try to talk to them for 2 hours and maybe get no, because we will still need the template. Like I'll need to talk one of them to come with me in under an hour with like a contract or with knowledge of a contract. Okay. There's no time for me to cast ceremony. That takes 1 hour to cast. I'm gonna go.
What ceremony were you going to perform?
Coming of age on myself.
On this day, you are finally a man.
Yeah. And maybe I that was the plan, but I wanted to use one of my warlock spell slots for that and then take a short rest. That would be 2 hours of my time, but right now I'm casting Long Strider and running.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna go with Nilos to into town.
Okay. Do you wear your heavy armor?
Oh yeah, absolutely. By now people should know not to get in my fucking way around here. I can't. Oh, by the way, the Imperials, there were 30 of them. They had armor and weapons.
Yeah. We can worry about the value of their armor and weapons later.
No, I mean like sorry. Yes, you're right. The slaves are like armed and armored, at least 30 of them. I'm not wearing my heavy armor. I'm not gonna wear it.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. There is at least one set of, we'll say, leather armor if you want to wear something.
Cool. What's leather armor?
I believe it's 11 plus your dex mod.
So
it's light armor. Better than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Barely.
You're not helping the point you're trying to make, Frey. Cool. I need the plate armor to be all the way at the top so that I can click it and unclick it whenever I need to change my AC. Okay. Hey, about that spell you gave me yesterday and Swamp, can you do the thing you did? It was amazing with my... I need a new water skin. I'm gonna find a water skin. I'm gonna have Swamp cast Fog Cloud in it, and then I'm gonna get Magic Weapon on the Fire Dagger before I run out without my plate armor.
Okay.
Or Shield of Faith.
Okay. You do get Shield of Faith, but that only lasts 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. What was the thing that gave me +2?
That was Shield of Faith, but you were closer to the mine versus Dalina's not going with you to town.
Magic Weapon?
Okay.
Cool.
I don't know how much that does for you since you already have +1 on... Oh, right.
Not on the Fire Dagger.
Yeah. Swamp goes through the casting of Fog Cloud again, puts his hand on the head of the jar, and...
Jar?
Sorry. water
Skin.
skin. And immediately closes it after. Who knows if this one was as successful as last time?
Yeah, I 100% it works every single time now because he has mastered the skill. He's done it once, he can do it again.
Yeah,
Cool. I'm gonna run to town with Milos.
okay. Alright. Do you make any other attempt at disguising yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll around in mud. I'm gonna splash some mud on my face.
Nalos sort of looks at you, especially with the nuts leather, get up and says, try not to talk. You look like you might pass for an Ashlander if no one asks too many questions.
Well, okay, so you'll be doing the talking to the stone masons guild.
At least until we get inside their building.
Sounds good.
Your name's Koshavale right now.
My name is.
Just respond to Koshavale.
Oh, we're both named Kashubel.
You're Koshavale.
And what's your name?
Don't worry about it. Don't say anything.
Okay.
Don't want your Outlander voice giving you away.
Yeah, that's fair. Silent as the grave. On the way there, I pick up the ascending stone and I'm like, 2 shoes, come in.
After a moment of silence, you hear, this is the evidence locker in the Governor's Hall of Caldera. Who is this?
Sorry, you're breaking up. I can't hear. Okay, so evidence locker. Cool.
You almost got a set of sending stones. They're both nearby.
Are they the same set? It's
Maybe.
It sounds like they're this. Like maybe it's the same sets that I've always had. Cool. This is a very funny bit with the sending stones. I really liked what you're doing. Like the way that like I'm losing them and then getting them back, and it's.
Oh, by the way, despite some attempts at a search, no additional coin was found anywhere in the mine or environs overnight.
Even with the Wand of Secrets, and
It's as though someone just walked away with it. Maybe left something behind.
huh?
It's as though someone just walked away with whatever gold was in those safes.
Yeah,
And left something else behind.
I.
Like a sending stone.
If Simon didn't pick this up, there's no way that
Yeah.
because we found it in.
Inside the safe.
Oh, yeah, but it was like I had assumed that meant 2 new shoes was like that was a different set. Now that I think about it, if it's the same set, interesting. I don't think Gladys picks up on that.
Okay.
Oh my god, new shoes! You took all the money.
He's a thief.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you
okay.
get.
Before I left, I told the others if you see the red sparks that signal the negotiations are breaking down and they're coming in, and you gotta collapse the mine shafts. Don't worry about me. I've got an escape route, I think. Yeah. Can you show me where the portal that the stones go into is?
Yeah, they show you the mechanism. There's sort of a track that leads out of each of the main shafts that sort of converges on one location. You push the cart onto like a unifying track bit.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through a portal, and and the cart comes out the other side along with anything that was in it that was not ebony.
Nice.
But the ebony's gone.
Gladius is like, I know how magic works, and I'm very smart. So, and then I go into town.
Okay.
Put mud on my face and everything.
When you get to the main gate, you are stopped. A guard asks Nalos for your names. He gives his own. He gives your name as Koshabel Ashimabati, and refers to himself as Nalon Antaran. The guard notes those down and sort of looks over the two of you. Says, "There's been a bit of a ruckus in the area lately. Dunmer Red Mohawk is associated with some violence. You two wouldn't know anything about that, would you? And I need a wisdom check from you to see if you can sort of keep your composure together.
Wisdom?
Or charisma.
I'm gonna roll deception.
Yeah.
21.
Very nice. You look placid.
Yeah.
At this entire.
I think I must have shaved the mohawk. Like, even if it means like just cutting it with the ebony blade while we were like on our way to the place, and then I put some mud on it as well. So yeah, I'm just bald now. I wouldn't have time to like correctly shave, so the beard is still there and weird. But yeah, I'm.
He sort of looks over the two of you, saying, "Alright, carry on. Be about your business." And lets the two of you go. Nalos nods. City is relatively small, so it does not take too long for you to identify a rather large structure that has a sign hanging off of it with a big hunk of stone, a hammer, and a chisel. And as well as outside is a big hunk of stone with someone sculpting.
Oh, they're just doing. They're having a like demonstration.
Notably, the person doing so is a orc who's about as wide in the shoulders as you are tall. And that's a slight exaggeration, but big boy. Which, as you approach, he sort of unfurls, and you realize suddenly that the house he's standing next to, A, is mostly out of stone, versus most of the other homes here are some mix of stone and wood, and B, the doorways are much taller. But he unfurls himself, looks down and says, "You have business with Gorak Manor?" And Nayla says, right, yes. We were hoping to speak with the Stonemasons Guild. He says, "Yeah, inside. Chief should be kicking around somewhere downstairs." He just sort of nods. The two of you head inside, feeling very, very small.
I think once we step inside, Gladys is like, "You told me not to speak until we were in in the build, like there.
You're right. I'm so used to you.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. It's my natural charisma.
You're only a few steps in when another orc, also well over 6 feet tall, burly, comes up. But this one is notably older. He's got his hair is white as it's braided back into a somewhat elaborate design. But he, as he sees you, drops into a bow. His head still stays above yours the entire time. But says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. How may I be of assistance to you?"
We would like to speak to any delegate, someone who's in charge of recruiting members. We wanna understand the process of signing on.
No offense, lads, but you don't exactly have the constitution I would expect for a stonemason.
You asked me how you could help me, and I told you how you could help me.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm an excellent host. Why don't you come sit in this lounge here? I'll get some tea, and then why don't you tell me a little bit more about the story?
Are you in charge of recruiting members?
I'm Gorak Grolozgo, and I'm the chief around here. I determine who comes in or out of the guild. It's mostly a family affair.
Stonemason Gorag.
Gorak Grolozgo.
Gorak. Okay. I'm like in negotiations. You don't want to appear like you are running all the time, but this is I'm not trying to get a good deal. I'm trying to get a bad deal for a ton of people. So I don't actually feel too bad about looking pretty impatient. I'm going to say, okay, listen, I don't have much time, so I'll get down to business. In some guilds, the person who recruits new members that pay dues gets a commission on the first instance of dues paid. Correct? Does this policy apply to you as well?
Well, generally, we operate more like the rest of the Imperial guilds. We are technically a branch of the larger Imperial Stonemasons Guild. We don't expect dues until you reach a certain level of mastery. However, all work obtained through the guild does get a cut taken off the top for guild maintenance and fees.
Excellent. I would like to have a group of my friends sign up and become members, and we've got a contract to negotiate, so we would also like to see what one of your typical contracts looks like, so that we can take inspiration.
So you have a bunch of laborers and a quarry or something? And so you have both a contract and...
We need to, make to...
Then a job, that is. And a contract that needs to... a job with a contract to be negotiated, as well as labor, and your bringing my guild into this because you're not telling me something. I can tell, because otherwise you would have just made the contract yourself.
We're a little bit short on time. We need it by 3.5 hours from now would be great, but we can stall a little bit. So here's the thing, right? You've heard about what's been happening up in Caldera?
I'm aware that there's been somewhat of a ruckus, and
Yeah,
that mining operations have been ceased.
You heard the explosion and the earth shaking 2 nights ago?
Wasn't bad enough that we could feel it out here.
Okay, if anybody asks you, yes, it was bad enough that you heard it out here. Okay. I've got a group of buddies that want to volunteer to work there. And we need to know how to. We need having the legitimacy of the Stonemasons Guild and membership to back us up would, give us a little bit of legitimacy.
These buddies of yours.
Yeah.
Would you say they're predominantly human, Dunmer, Mer?
They're all Argonians and Khajiits. We're talking about a lot of ex-slaves here. But I know that but they're no longer slaves, so they can be hired by the guild and become members of the guild, which they would very much like to do, and you would get your branch would be the biggest branch in the whole empire overnight.
And it's true that there is no mining union. Lucky me.
Yeah.
Roll your persuasion now.
Okay, cool.
I do appreciate your honesty. A fool might have come in here and tried to lie to me despite the state of circumstances.
Persuasion. Ooh, is it? Can I have? I'm gonna wait. Bless is not for skill checks. No, that's not. I gotta stop thinking that bless is for skill checks.
Yeah, that's
Don't cast friends. Don't cast friends. Don't do it. Don't cast friends. Yeah, raw persuasion. Let's go. Okay, 14.
14. You know, as he says,
if this works, you could help avoid a lot of bloodshed. You'd be a freaking hero.
and if this fails, then I am involved in a massive criminal conspiracy to diminish the property of the Halalu, who are in fact in charge of this town.
But hey, this is Morrowind, who isn't involved in a large-scale criminal conspiracy.
You do make a good point. You make a good point. Look, I don't feel comfortable with the risk that you're inviting in. I like you, so I'm certainly not going to be calling the guard on you. you. And I think that what you're doing is the right thing, but I can't put my neck out for my sons and daughters in this guild in the way that you're asking me to. But if you'd like to look at what our contracts normally look like, use that as a template for your own attempt at negotiation. And I'll give you the hint that if you're talking to the East Empire Company, bastards don't unless there's at least someone from the Legion there. They'll temper those perceptions because, frankly,
wait, is that the Halalu, or is that a section of the Empire?
East Empire Company, the merchant arm of government.
All right.
At least in this area.
Yeah, we'll try to skip having to negotiate with those. East
Empire Company. The EEC.
Okay. Can we also have like a copy of your charter and constitution, because those we're gonna need to make a lot of paperwork look very, very good very, very quickly.
Sure, I think I've got at least one spare copy of those. Give me a moment. I'll return to my office. I'm sure that you gentlemen need to be returning to me as you came quickly.
I'm gonna roll insight to know if he is going into his office to ring an alarm or something. 19 insight.
He looks actually quite moved by what you're doing. It's too much risk.
Yes, that's fair.
You only rolled a 14.
Yeah, that's fair. Nimbus, you could have helped me.
I'm not nearly as good at talking to folks as you. Bad enough that guard at the gate. Okay. Gorak returns a moment later.
Nilos, how much money do you have on you?
Not much. Why?
We need to buy some. We need to buy some ink, specifically lead-based ink. Do you have 10 gold pieces?
I've got.
I gave you like 200, but also you did spend a decent amount of it for very good reasons.
I've got 7 gold and 3 silver.
Okay, I'm gonna have to sell something real quick. Give me a second. Boop 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 boop. Not the engraved ring of healing, please. Not the engraved ring of healing. Okay. Boop 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 boop. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell the paper bird, and like I get 100. It's 200 gold pieces for me to buy it, so I get 100 if I sell it. Okay, excellent. I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna use it to buy 50 gold pieces worth of ink, of lead-based ink.
Okay. Or rather, Nilos does. You stay in the manor while Gorak gets the paperwork together. Nilos invites you to stay. And he'll go make your sales and bring it back to you.
Cool. It needs to be illusory script compliant. Cool.
He nods and says, well, there is a mages guild here, so hopefully someone there knows what to sell me.
Yeah, cool. Perfect. Perfect. I know I'm forgetting something, but I can't remember what it is. Cool. I'm also going to. Can I get a forger's kit and a? Yeah. Can I buy a forger's kit real quick? Cool. Can you? How much does a forger's kit cost?
It's sold by the pawnbroker as a scribe's kit.
I remember that at some point I had.
I also remember that, but if it's not in your inventory, it's not in your inventory.
I think I might have used it as bait for the for those like really expensive ballista bolts that they kept shooting at me.
Potentially, yes.
Okay, cool. Forger. Forger kit. There we go.
Hey, sweet girl.
15 gold pieces. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna spend that. I'm gonna get. So that brings me to 90 gold pieces. Okay, cool. Forger's kit. Let's go. Okay, cool. And then we run back. Yeah, we run back there.
Okay. So you've got some template papers and plenty of ink.
Cool.
The interaction at Gorak Manor probably took you 30 minutes. Your disguising stuff probably took 30 minutes. So by the time you get back, by the time you get to the path up the mountain, you can tell that in the time you were inside of the manor, there has been a large-scale military movement through town. The streets are turned up. People have come through.
Man, I can't believe I didn't notice any of that.
It was loud, but you were having a conversation. You were inside of a stone manor, so.
That's fair. My haircut isn't worth 30 minutes, and neither is the mud I splashed on my face.
Right, but you did.
Take off my armor and put on leather armor. That's fair. It takes a while to take off the plate armor.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done it.
Okay.
Cool.
So you are heading towards the line at the same time, and a little bit behind the reinforcements that were called.
Cool. We got them in a pincer maneuver.
Right where you want them.
Yeah. Nilos, thank you so much for your help. I need you to do one last job. I give Nilos the sensory, not the sensory stone, the sending stone. I'm like, go to the evidence locker and steal the other stone back.
He says in the governor's hall?
Yeah, take as much time as you need. Just stay safe.
We'll hold on to that one. That way.
No, you can call it to make it sound off so you can hear it. Or I could trust that you will find it and we'll get back in touch. I shouldn't be doubting your skills.
He hands you back the one and says, "I'll call you on it once I have it."
Cool. All right, and then I'm gonna run up the slope.
Okay, cool. I assume you're going in through the back door.
That would be smart. Let me roll intelligence. I'm gonna say that's an 8.
Okay.
I rolled a 10. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So you think to use the
back, yeah.
the back door?
Yeah. I'm cautious to not be followed as I do that, and but yeah. I mean, the bridge is broken. The back door is the only way.
I mean, it's possible that, like, ropes can be thrown over, etc.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we came through the back door and go back in through the back door. Cool.
Alright, so, you, thanks to your long strider and the fact that you have the back door, which I think at this point there's markings showing how to get from that point, at least back onto one of the main paths.
Yes.
Just because it's being utilized pretty regularly.
Yeah.
They're discreet, but they're there. So you're able to still make good time coming through the mine shaft itself, and so you are able to get to Dalina and the sort of little council with Dalina, Swamps, and a Khajiit who apparently had spent some time working as a scribe in elsewhere.
Up the mine shaft, how's it looking for making the tunnel collapsible?
So because that is where the exit is.
Oh.
So you are moving past the bulk of the miners to get through here. There's more than 100 people in the larger chambers inside of the mine, well away from the entrance. But so the evacuation has gone well. You also see crates and crates and crates of rations, and also everyone is now fully clothed.
Yay! Wait.
They stole clothes from the guards.
Okay.
They were already half clothed.
If each guard had 5,
or just 2, they were half clothed. If each guard had two
that's
spare
fair.
sets, then they
Sure.
should be fully clothed.
Sure.
Everyone's only got the 1 set, but they have clothes.
Yay!
Swamps is still naked.
You're saying that it's a cute, endearing character trait.
Yeah, he chooses to. They choose to live like this at this point. So
They were doing it before, and they will not stop. Yeah.
But yes, as you go to leave the front entrance of the mine shaft, you can see that there are small sticks. They almost look like clay that are jammed into the wooden structures supporting the entrance of the shaft, with long threads trailing out of them.
So that you can pull the.
Yeah, that's definitely what that is.
Yeah,
Yes.
those threads are a little bit too thin for that, but hey, I'm not a miner.
They probably know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Cool. Hey, I got the contracts and their constitution and a couple of other papers that he gave me that the words are too complicated for me to say. So I'm just gonna hand those to the scribe.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
She nods her head and her ears prick forward with interest and says, "Okay, am I copying this verbatim or am I making adjustments?"
You're writing a draft that the group can vote on, can agree to or vote. You're making the initial proposal. So yes, you modify it for our needs as best you see fit, and then it can be edited and modified.
Right, but are we, what are we? Are we operating as part of the Stonemasons Guild?
No, we are the we're still the Framers Miners Union.
Okay. She gets to work, her claws sort of daintily holding the quill in between them.
I also no, you're busy. I'll get back to you, but I'm gonna turn to Lena and say I have illusory script. I can make if I meet the East Empire Company negotiators beforehand, I can write a contract that will look amazing to them, that they will definitely sign, that isn't what what they're reading.
I thought illusory script, if it wasn't one of the people selected to read the actual task, it just looked indecipherable.
No, you choose what the text looks like.
Could you verify that for me?
For sure. It's it's the reason I was writing a love letter to Subatonius, for example. To you and any creatures you designate when you cast the spell, the writing appears normal, written in your hand, and conveys whatever meaning you intended when you wrote the text. I would use that to and designate the negotiators to be the ones who are able to see the original text. To all others, the writing appears as if it were in an unknown or magical script that is unintelligible. Alternatively, you can cause the writing to appear to be an entirely different message written in a different hand and language, though the language must be one you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I like...
By the way, this is your scribe. Her name is Kissina.
Kissina. Kissy girl. Okay.
Except obviously, she's not wearing the slave bracer anymore.
But I can't write a contract that the slavers will find is good, and I will write it down, but you need to make copies for me to copy with the illusory scripts. Not right now. Hopefully we don't deal with the EEC for a while. They're at the bridge.
At that point, you get a runner comes into the room. Says, the sensors on the guardhouse are showing activity coming up the main path. Dalina nods and says, looks like they've got some kind of magic apparatus that connects down to the pathway. No strict visual information, but they light up alarms that are visible within the guardhouse.
Oh, we have an apparatus that allows us to detect oncoming...
Well, whoever has control of the guardhouse does. In that case, it's us.
Good to know.
Okay, so you've got like 30 minutes.
Oh.
Like 20.
Okay. I sweat.
Casina does too.
Yeah.
she has fur, so she doesn't normally sweat through her pores like that. But you can see like the pads on her fingers are like almost slick, so she's having to hold the quill in like just her claws, otherwise it would slip from the pads of her hand.
Okay. So, Dalina, you're with me on negotiations?
Yes.
Swamp, you're, if all else, Swamp, I think you should be in charge of the evacuation. Fog cloud can be a great way to hide a large number of people. So I'd like to recommend that you go with the rest of them.
They are.
And we're gonna take Durak with us to testify to what she's to some of the stuff that she's seen.
Okay. You make all your preparations. Cassina is rapidly writing with as much clarity as she can maintain, trying to bring things over from the contracts that you've brought as templates, and integrating the information that you guys have agreed on what terms would be amenable to your group for the interim. And before you know it, well before you would like it to be so, you hear the bell from the watchtower go off as they pass the final sensor, and you see from the other side of the gorge, are you in an office that was facing towards the gorge, like towards the...
I think Gladius would be outside, just kind of standing there awkwardly with the negotiation team.
Yeah. Well, yes. Okay. So everyone's sort of standing there outside, waiting and ready. So you have a front row view to.
I would assume that that Cassina, I don't think. Oh yeah. If we have the contract, I guess Cassina needs to be here for the contract.
I mean, you are making negotiations, so there may be alterations made. So you need a scribe, or you would have to trust theirs.
That's fair. Cool.
Okay. You see a wave of silver and black legionnaires come up. Looks like probably at least 50 men marching. Someone wearing the rank of commander is sitting astride a guar at the head of the column. And calls out from across the gorge, lay down your weapons and we will ensure that none of you are hurt. Surrender now, peacefully.
I'm, is the armor I'm wearing is not Imperial style?
No.
Cool. I put my heavy armor back on. I think that's what I did during the 20 minutes.
You got just enough time, I think.
Cool. Let me click it back on. I'm gonna. Okay. We got the ledgers. We got the everything. I'm gonna say. No. But we'd like to talk.
Parlay. Can I get a perception check from you?
Yeah.
He says, we'll need a show of good faith.
So will we.
Well, your show of good faith is us not choosing to burn all of this to the ground now with you in it.
I look at the like the buildings behind us, and I say, "You mean burning your own buildings? You're threatening to build your to torch your own buildings?"
If it means suppressing whatever this is.
Calm down. This there's no need for suppression here. Please, let's we don't have a bridge. Galina, can you go and grab a ladder that we could extend?
I think you probably have one ready, because you were planning on having talks with them.
Cool. I think in this case, I'm ready with Featherfall, but yeah, in the heavy armor, I'm like, Durak, don't step on here until I'm all the way on the other side.
Yes, I think the commander yells, release Mianin or the other overseer to us.
They're not in our custody.
Do you
Let's
release a hostage first?
I'm like, well, why do you assume we have hostages?
Please tell me you have hostages.
I think
Did you give me that perception check, by the way?
No, I forgot. Sorry. Perception. Oh, I did do it. 13.
Okay. Cool. He's an Imperial.
Okay. So, how many soldiers am I seeing behind this person?
It looks like he's got a group of about 50 people with him.
Oh. I know that you don't like the face I just made. It was purely a bluff. I don't think I'm not going to fight 50. Okay.
I do best in one-on-one combat, duels mostly. Also you. 50 guys.
Only 50 guys?
I have to take 50 guys. In combat? Oh no.
Cool. I'm going to I step forward and say Gurak is here. She can tell you about how everybody all of the Imperials are fine, mostly, and that the situation is well under control.
Yeah, she then does go first. The ladder's brought out.
Okay. I would have got because she's dangerous if she gets left with the other two.
They want assurances that y'all are treating in good faith. They want the hostage first before they're...
That's fair. I don't think Durak has much that she can, much information that she can reveal that we want hidden. Most of what she knows about me is probably intimidating in a good way.
Okay. So she makes it across. She gets clasped by some of the legionnaires who quickly pull her behind the front lines.
I look for Sabatonius.
Perception check.
Look for Sabatonius or any of my boys. 16.
Okay. You spot a couple of faces among the troopers. With a 16, You're able to make out the tall, blonde-haired form of one of the Nords that had sworn with you. I can't remember her name again, but there was a Nord.
So Portensia is the one. Okay, Suetonius. There was Cantonius Ponius, who was the minor noble, who was
Piece of shit, yeah.
piece of shit. And then I wrote Ninto's Arise.
Okay. His name's Hjaldi Flatfoot.
Cool. Okay, Paladin. Plus Paladin, Nord,
Hjaldi.
Flatfoot. His dexterity is -1. or he has an ancestor who was known for bad initiative rolls.
Something like that.
Cool.
You're able to spot Hjaldi among the crowd. He's a little taller than the average, so he sticks out a bit, especially with his blonde hair. But you don't see Suetonius.
Cool. I'm gonna cross afterwards and say I'm a representative of the solution to the problems you've come to solve. I'm a representative of the Freemers Minor Union. This is our secretary general, and I'm gonna point to Delina.
Okay. The commander that you're speaking with from atop his guar makes a noise of doubt.
What is your name?
He says, "I'm the commander of the 49th Legion of."
Is commander a rank?
Rank. Yes.
Okay, cool.
He's yet to give you a name. But he says, "I'm the commander of this 41st Legion coming out of Fort Moonmoth. I have been instructed to capture any hostiles and negotiate for the release of any surviving prisoners here."
Well, no hostiles. So that simplifies your task a lot. Has Delina and
Casina have both made it across.
Casina have cool.
Each of them just sort of walked along.
Yeah, I was like very stressed. I cast mending like 3 times on this ladder before we took it out here. Cool. And I'm gonna walk over and say, all right. Well, did you bring a table?
You'll come with us. We'll parlay base camp.
I'm afraid that's not possible. A couple of people are waiting for a signal that we are safe, and I can't. And I need to be close to here to be able to give that signal. So we're gonna have to stay here. don't take this at. We don't plan on killing any hostages, but we have made an insurance that the workers of the Freemers Minor Union will not be harmed, and that is we have made it possible to collapse the tunnels of the mine and make the restarting the operation very expensive. And all it will take for me is giving a signal or not giving a signal on time, and those will collapse. I turn to Durak and I say, Durak, tell this. Tell Mr. Commander here what you heard 2 nights ago coming from the mine shaft, the big one where you'd sent a lot of troops.
She puts her hand across her chest, bows to the commander, and says, "Sir, there was some kind of explosion. They completely destroyed at least the entrance to one of the mines. We still have no idea what the extent of the damages are. We had possession of it for less than 8 hours before they made a return and routed the forces that we had. I have no idea how much damage was sustained within, but surely at this point, if any of our forces that were within did survive the initial blast, they would be struggling to have survived this long."
Yes, the working conditions on your property, on your imperial property, are deplorable. Imagine some miners could have gotten hurt with all of this explosive gas around. No. We'll have to make sure that such a tragedy doesn't happen again. Thank you, Durak. Now this might happen to the other 2 shafts, which would be unfortunate for the Emperor. He needs his blood, after all, so we should do whatever we can to ensure that he does get his blood.
I will make something makeshift since you won't parlay in an actual camp. Fine. He points out a couple of stones, directs some legionnaires to clear it and make a makeshift bench and table. Someone produces a tower shield that's flat enough to serve as a table being balanced on 2 rocks.
I want to say, when I make this signal to you, I'm subtle casting detect thoughts, just the surface thoughts,
Okay.
so that I'm not detected. I've got 3 sorcery points and 3 charges, so I can have 3 minutes of reading this person's mind. I'm gonna try not to have them all contiguous, but at crucial moments. Okay. Cool. I'd like to have done that when I was. Never mind. Cool. I walk up to one of the stones. And I'm gonna select some I'm gonna look around and I think can you describe the stones to me? Gladys heard of like power opening moves with negotiations and like either forcing this person to sit on like one of the more uncomfortable rocks, or
I mean, none of these are comfortable rocks. This is very much a like coming up with something to do. They're all a little jacket, but they're mostly about the same height. They've been sort of rolled to be at their most comfortable stage, like direction, but they're all about the same height. They're all pretty evenly separated. There is 4 of them, more or less evenly spaced around the tower shield in the center.
Okay. So, Commander, I didn't catch your name.
He nods, sits, and takes his helmet, removes it to the side, and says, "Commander Sabatonius."
You got a promotion. That's I was not like I was not expecting him to have risen through the ranks after like.
Well, you made plenty of openings.
Huh?
You made plenty of openings.
Oh, that is true. Yes, it's just that like what's his face? Like the noble one, the Cantonius Ponius, knew that he had like collaborated with me, so I thought he was gonna try to ruin Sabatonius's career. I'm very glad to see that he failed. I'm very pleasantly surprised by this. Okay, I say, Sabatonius, it is nice to see you again. It is nice to meet you. I believe.
He nods briskly and says, "Well, I wish I could say the same. This is certainly quite the situation that you have embroiled yourself in. Do you have any idea how much significance this mining operation has?"
Hey, can you? I'm sorry, I can't read my own handwriting very well. Can you tell me what these 2 words are?
Redguard Innkeeper?
Okay, cool. Just because I have illusory script to like, I was checking that it's not somebody disguised as Sabatonius, so I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. In this case, what do I do? Okay. So we of the Freebirds Minor Union have made a shocking discovery of fraud by the Halalu, and we have the 2 ledgers to compare and prove that the Empire has been stolen from, and we would like to offer, for operations to continue under a different contract, since the Halalu labor is no longer available right now, and probably not someone the Imperials would still want to deal with. So, we're here to negotiate the continued operations of the mine, either directly with you under your own authority, or with a Imperial representative qualified to make those adjustments.
Wow. I have limited authority as only a commander within His Highness's legions, but I I'm certain that all those that I answer to would be gratified to hear of the potential for continued operations. Hand over the evidence that you have, and we'll ensure that they reach the proper magistrates to attempt to dissolve the existing contract.
I'm gonna hand over the two ledgers. I think that Gladius notices a bit of blood on one of them that hadn't been, and he's gonna prestidigitate it very I don't do subtle spellcasting, but it's clearly just like a minor cleaning cantrip of magical pats with the hand that causes a couple of sparks, and the ledger is clean again.
Okay. So he gestures for someone to take it, and a legionnaire steps forward and takes both ledgers from you. He nods and says, "It's more than I could ever possibly offer to have that contract immediately dissolved."
Of course, but you are here to restore operations, and as such, you have the authority to sign a new contract, even if it's a temporary one for just 1 week until your representatives of the EEC can come.
1 week. I think I can buy 1 week with our commanding structure. It is not technically within the purview of my orders to reinitiate operations, but I'm sure they'll be gratified to hear that that is a possibility on the table.
That is what you're here for, is it not?
I'm here to eliminate all hostiles, free all hostages, and clear the mine to eventually begin operations again. I don't think anyone anticipated that the miners would have stuck around and wanted to continue working here.
I deny. I can neither confirm or deny that the workers that have formed the Framers minor union are the same ones who were operating here previously.
He looks at both Dalina and Cassina and says, "And I do not feel any need to confirm that to be the case."
All right.
But Gladius, at this moment, I do not feel that to be the case. But you do have more hostages, yes?
Oh, yes. And they will be released as soon as the ink on the contract is dry.
This is going to be more complicated. We're going to be fighting two different legal pursuits here. One, on behalf of the Crown, alleging fraud and the dissolution of a contract. And on the other end, they're going to be accusing us of aiding and abetting the escape of slaves, a criminal offense within Morrowind.
Yes, but under imperial law, military personnel are to enforce the the laws of the land, except when they contradict the laws of the empire, in which case the local authorities are to enforce it. It's not within your purview to.
Look, this isn't Elsewhere or Argonia. Morrowind has an armistice agreement. I don't like it more than you do, but there are going to be suits by the Halalu for the custody of the miners to be restored to them.
And well, I don't know anything about any of those people. The Freemers Miner Union is an independent.
Gladius, you have hostages. Perhaps some of them wouldn't recognize the face of workers, but none of them?
Well,
I don't think it would look well either for your Freemers Union to refuse to release any of the legionnaires that are surviving.
yes.
But those legionnaires will be called to testify and under oath would be required to report that your Freemer are perhaps not so distinct from the property that had been at this location.
And I'm hoping that the 1 week contract we will sign before the release of the hostages will because you can't make a contract with slaves directly. It would be
They here?
Yeah, groceries.
recordings back on.
Okay. Give me just 1 second. My site sent me an email. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Where were we?
I was telling Sabatonius, the Empire can't make contracts with slaves. It's against the law. Which means if you, when we sign that 1 week contract with you, it will be a piece of evidence that the Empire considers them to be free, and going back on that would be tedious at a time when your superiors are going to want the operations to resume, right? And to keep going. Y'all can't bring a workforce of 150 people here out of nowhere, and the Empire might feel might not want to admit the mistake you made, or might not want it to be too public that they were, benefiting from that the Emperor was benefiting from slave labor.
Okay. Reading through this, having talked through it with you, you've very clearly thought about a variety of angles here, but I need you to be aware of 2 things. One, it is very clear that leads within the Legion, my knight errant, my knight commander, and above them the generals associated with the province of Vardenfell, and very likely all the way up to the council itself, are calling for blood. My orders were clear in asking for all hostiles to be eliminated. You know as well as I do that that is not the normal parlance if the Empire is looking for a peaceful solution. Someone is going to take the fall for this.
Oh yeah, I can do it. Don't you remember when you last saw me? I was being dragged away to face punishment for for my misdeeds. I can no problem. I'll take the fall.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to I'm thinking there's only Subatonius and Delina and
yeah, he has sort of deliberately ordered folks to give privacy. Yes.
Like I don't like that. I wouldn't have said the last time you saw me. I was like breaking the law and I was being taken in for breaking the law. I wouldn't have said that without him. If there were others to hear. So I'm you can report. You can report that you have found no hostiles.
Okay. The second thing I need you to know is, well, my understanding of protocol does allow me to sign this contract, and there will be many who are satisfied that the ore is beginning to flow again. But in all likelihood, for the trouble this is going to cause between the Legion and the Great Houses, the tension that already exists because of the abolition issue, because of the armistice, I don't know if I'm going to even have a commission after this. I'm more than likely going to face some kind of tribunal action and military tribunal action, and perhaps even a dishonorable discharge. I'm not saying that to say I don't want to sign this.
Yes, you're putting your neck out for the common man. It's a it is a dangerous proposition. If I'm not my plan, our plans don't rely purely on your signature, but it would make a difference. If you
need someone with some degree of command who is willing to sign this document, and I don't see anyone else doing it.
So
May the Nines watch over us. Scrawls his name.
I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna say you'll want your own copy made. So I'm gonna hand it over to you. I hand it over to him, and I'm like, if you have somebody who can scribe, I've got the ink and and paper that you might need. But yeah,
He calls over a legionnaire with a slate who begins working on making a duplicate copy. But he looks at you and says, well, probably should have mentioned these as conditions first, but you are going to need to release those hostages to us.
yes, I'm going to use. It's not minor illusion. It's prestidigitation to produce a flow of green sparks. The signal to say everyone is safe to come out of the mines.
And secondly,
and then I'm gonna say I've started the process of for prosperity. Let's not call it releasing the hostages, but alerting the Imperials of your arrival and helping repair the bridge. The bridge was broken. That's the only reason you haven't seen them yet.
He gives you a look.
You can tell them that's what I said.
I am also going to need to take you into custody. Please come quietly.
When you say you, do you mean Dalina and Casina too?
As you say, these are free workers that you have found that are willing to operate these mines, and to my knowledge have committed no crime. Even if they were escaped slaves, an object cannot commit a crime.
I'm gonna okay, yeah. I'm gonna turn around to the others, and I'm gonna start the process of taking off all of my more valuable possessions. All of the Cape of Mountback, the armor. I'm gonna basically hand it back. The heavier stuff, I can throw it over the side of the cliff, but basically just getting. I don't it's shocked me in the past that none of my magical items got confiscated to pay for the costs of the bullshit I did, and Gladius is like this whole thing is very, very expensive. Here, all y'all can benefit from, can find uses for all of those things better than I can. Gladius looks at the ebony blade and looks at it like a missed opportunity, and is going to hand it over. Gladius was thinking, if all else fails, if I'm fast enough and I take my sword and I plunge it through the ebony portal, and then before it closes I get all the way through, then I can make it to the other side. I just need to be very fast.
Yeah.
Gladius is like, oh man, that would have looked so cool, and I give up my escape key basically. It was a terrible idea. I'm so glad these negotiations went well, and yeah, sort of I have no reason to believe Caius Casades will help out.
Okay. Two legionnaires approach with manacles for your wrists, ankles, and like it connects between the two, and a sack is drawn over your head.
Okay. I'm gonna say while there's like other legionnaires around, I'm gonna say, oh, and Subbutonius, tell your superiors if any of whichever one of them if one of them ever decides to breach the contract and attack those slaves, I will break. They better pray that I've already been executed, because I will be coming for their heads.
Yeah, so Tony just looks exhausted because you said basically the worst thing you could have said here. You referred to the miners as slaves.
Ah, shit.
You made a threat.
Yeah,
and basically told them to execute you, but he puts his head in his hand.
Like, I don't see that because I've got the bag over my head,
Yeah.
but I think that, like, in Gladys's mind, it's like, I need to look threatening so that I'm taken seriously as the only one who caused all of the problems, and B, if the higher ups read the reports, they'll be okay. Like, I'm concerned about leaving the workers without any sort of like adequate protection, right? Because they're like this. Nothing is really stopping the soldiers from kind of just walking in and doing whatever they want if there isn't some amount of defenses put up, and like Gladys was hoping to be part of those defenses, and like feeling I've got to go into custody, I'm not going to be able to like guard and maintain and like basically do like my job of like continued support. Gladys has a strong moment of like, well, I better be threatening to the higher ups so that it's like, if I can be threatening from inside the prison just like I would be on the outside, then it's like I am doing my job. It's like I am helping protect the workers, and I don't realize that I call them slaves. And yeah, this is like, Gladys is like, that was the move. That was like, Gladys does not see Subbutonius's like facepalm, and it's just like, oh man, this went so smoothly. I can't wait for Caius Casades to hear about this. He's gonna be so hyped that I freed so many people.
Okay. Commander Subbutonius replaces his helmet and says, "Get this filth out of my sight."
Okay. I guess with blind sight I might be able to perceive the facepalm.
That's true. Yeah.
He's in character.
Yeah.
He's in character. Good place to stop?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. My wish is do something with this arrest. Let's have some fun and let's have some consequences for this arrest. My wish is not just for like one prison break or one thing like this. I'm expecting Halalu like assassins sprinkled all over my adventures starting now. Expecting in the sense of like Gladius is going to be on the lookout for it, but also like that's my wish. And my star, that was beautiful. I like I do feel like the stars lined up for this negotiation to go really, really well, as they rarely do in the real world. But him getting the position of commander, man, it turns out killing all of those Imperials at Moonmoth was the move.
We're playing 4D chess.
Oh my god, I'm fucking genius. I was right all along. Secondary wish is there's okay. The history of labor organization is filled with turncoats and infiltrators, right? People who decide that their personal gain, or people whose families are held hostages or stuff like this and are forced to stab the movement in the back. Sabotonius could be one, right? Because I haven't checked that he still has the lay on hands.
He's swore an oath, sure, but is he
Yeah,
keeping it?
exactly. Any of the I was almost expecting it at the tavern, and a lot of the characters that I was also half expecting the workers to be but this is a really difficult situation and they're gonna want blood spilled. I was kind of I was thinking maybe there would be a faction that was hey, you gotta go and turn yourself in after the negotiations. Even if it's not a betrayal to the movement, but a betrayal to me. I'm so glad that none of those happened and that the plan is going well. But in the interest of making things interesting and realistic at the same time, I would be interested in there being some betrayals.
Sure.
But my star is that was great. This is this session was a lot of what I wanted coming into the campaign, of being let's explore labor struggles, but in a fantasy way that is interesting and engaging, and where magic comes into play and shakes things up from what we're used to in the labor movement in our world, and that sort of negotiation of getting a contract, trying to get a contract so that's later we can be well, those are the framers. This is the framers minor union.
It's in the name, they're not slaves.
Yeah, the slaves can't join, and you made you signed up with us, and you can't sign up with slaves. So by definition, exactly what I wanted to get out of this campaign. So, love that. Are you able to give your star and your wish while staying sitting?
No promises. I'm sitting down right now, so okay. Star, I really liked just the whole thing. It was, yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping for with this campaign, was this kind of moment in which you've got a bunch of shenanigans, you've done a bunch of sandboxy things, but I've got a good way to tie them together and tell a new story using the mechanics. This is what I wanted. This is really an encapsulation, and if I can
And like you can tell that I've been paying attention and that I'm like passionate about this when I do stuff like, all right, I'm looking back for this old miner guy that I talked to like 20 sessions ago, and I'm sending him a letter to be like, hey, yeah, it does really feel like it all came together this session, and like it's incredible for a cafe to do that at level 4.
Like, I think there's still a lot more interesting stories to tell.
Yes.
Honestly, my personal wish is that I can find a way to fucking top this, because, like, to me at least, Caldera has some of the juiciest politics happening, especially labor politics.
Frebo, you've said yourself. You Sabotonius clearly stated how you could top this by having the tensions rise and boil over into like, if this cold assassination war between the houses like becomes a hot war, or if like I'm expecting like pushback and assassins, but I'm also expecting the sort of pushback to be against this community of against this union. So like being able to like come back and have this faction like evolve and be threatened and like and everything is how like you can keep those stakes that we've established, those characters that we've established, and like I have no doubt that you will be able to top this.
Yeah, no, it does feel a little, juicy. We're sort of setting up like the Halalus in general as a little bit of like the great houses in general, but Halalus in particular as antagonists, or at least antagonistic structures.
Yeah.
And you even have like names of some of the worst people within that. Like Orvis Dren is associated with Halalu, and runs his
Orifice is that's right. He is a Orifice drunk.
Yeah.
But did I write down that he's associated with the?
Okay, maybe you don't know that, but that's fine.
Oh, brother to Halalu governor. I did write it down.
Yeah. So he's not like title holding himself.
Yeah, but he's got the connections through the family, so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good session.
Yeah, good session.